happiness comes to those who delight in the law of Yahweh and meditate on it day and night. They're like trees planted by flowing water. They bear fruit in every season, and their leaves never wither. Everything they do will prosper. Will prosper. Everything they do will prosper.
Good evening, beloved. Our text for this evening is from Psalm 1, verses 1 through 3. I'm reading from the Inclusive Bible. Happiness comes to those who reject the path of violence, who refuse to associate with criminals or even sit with people who belittle others. Happiness comes to those who delight in the law of God and meditate on it day and night. They're like trees planted by flowing water. They bear fruit in every season, and their leaves never wither. Everything they do will prosper. So, welcome to the second Wednesday in Lent, the first Wednesday of these Lenten devotionals. This year, as I've said in church on Sunday, we are doing things a little bit differently. We're using a resource from an organization called A Sanctified Art. The theme is, Tell Me Something Good, grounding ourselves in good news this Lent. And so we're focusing less on repentance and somberness and more on the good news that is even still, particularly now, breaking in. These rehearsals of the kingdom that we see all around us, despite all of the terrible things that are happening in our particular time and place. Just last Sunday, I shared the story of a party near the top of Breadloaf Mountain in Vermont in a tiny one-room log cabin lodge with no running water, no electricity. The only way to get there is by walking 5 miles up and down hills with a over 1,000 foot elevation gain. And it's a strenuous hike. And yet, I personally experienced the best party of my life at that amazing lodge near the top of Breadloaf Mountain. I was surprised by the joy of that moment. And that was our theme last Sunday, and we bridge that theme of being surprised by the good news, being caught by surprise by the joy of the good news, the joy of community and belonging and love and celebration, into next week, where we'll talk about the deep love of God and the ways that it shows up in unexpected places. Also, a surprise, perhaps. So, grounding ourselves in the good news of joy and love and belonging is, as the psalmist says in Psalm 1, like being trees planted by living water. But it's not just about us. This good news, this joy, this surprise of love and belonging, it is meant to bring us joy and love and belonging. It is meant to ground us in nourishing soil and living water. But it is not supposed to stop there. The surprise of the good news, the joy of a party on the side of a mountain, an unexpected surprise in the midst of a storm, in the midst of grueling trail life. All of that is meant to bear fruit in our lives. Those kinds of moments that give us a glimpse of what life could be. That it doesn't have to be this way, it could actually be this way. That gives us a glimpse of the joy of being in community with one another, the joy of understanding our interconnectedness, of living as though the truth of the matter is that we do belong to one another. All of that is meant to bear fruit in us, meant to nourish us, strengthen us, fortify us, so that we commit ourselves to live deeper in love, to build communities of love and belonging so that other folks can experience that beautiful surprise. So I'm wondering, maybe you can share in the comments, where have you been surprised by joy, surprised by love, surprised by community, surprised by something that brings you deep happiness, even hope and peace this week? Let us know. And then I'd invite you to take a step further. What is that surprise? What is that beauty inviting you toward? What fruit are you being called to bear so that others can experience that same kind of surprise, that same kind of joy? Beloved, I am, as always, grateful to be on this journey with you. Wild blessings.
I got peace like a river, I got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain, oh my soul. I got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean, I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean on my soul. I've got love, I've got love. I've got love like an ocean, I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean in my soul. I got love like an ocean, I got love like an ocean. I got love